Oh, what's it called? The snapshot or the
thumbnail?
Thumbnail.
Yeah, the little.
Wait, I can't have gum in here. That's just. What horse pills are these? Do you control on your phone?
No, this is just Hello guys, and welcome back to it.
Oh, we're taking a picture.
It's recording now.
Oh, okay, got it.
Get it together.
I'm in.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's taken us a while to film this because we keep getting the giggles, but I'm joined with two very special guests.
Oh,
this is Abby and Liv, and we thought we'd do a little moving to Australia like Q&A. We thought this would be fun to do with three of us because it gives you a bit of different perspectives on everything. I mean, you're coming from a whole different country. Liv's from America and we're obviously from England, but I just thought it'd be good to have some answers for different questions from different people from different places.
We're gonna have different perspectives on things, and we've all done different things, even though we're on the same journey. So it's just, it's gonna be good.
Same journey, but different at the same time. You know.
That's what we like.
So we're gonna jump straight in. I've got some questions on my phone that I asked over on my Instagram, and we're just gonna go through them. I'm excited. Okay. First one, let's start easy. Why Australia? Oh, it's hard actually, isn't it? It's not easy, it's actually really hard.
I don't know, I feel like my answer would be that I've always wanted to do Australia. I think ever since I was younger, I just always wanted to do it. And I was like, Mom, I'm going to Australia when I'm like an adult, and and then I just decided after my studies I just decided to come out here, and I absolutely love it. So
what about you? What made you?
I guess the whole reason is because I went to Africa after I graduated high school, and when I was in Africa, everyone that I lived with was Australian, and I kind of just became obsessed with their like personalities. I'm like, they're so chill, laid back, just my type of people. I'm like, I should go here for a little bit longer. So I did a year on exchange there, liked it a lot, and then that's why I came back this time. So I like the people.
So where you were in Sydney before, right?
I was in Sydney, but on the side that you guys live in. So I was in the eastern suburbs. Yep.
Oh, I love it. And for me, I think it's just because I lived out here before and my visa was just like, you know what, you can come back again.
But I think why did you pick it?
The first time a big reason was just because I was at camp and everyone was like, oh, we're going back to Australia, like you should come and do your working holiday visa, give it a go. And I had no plans. I was like, you know what, why not, let's go. And then obviously I was out here for 4 months and then COVID hit. But then my visa was reissued, so I'm back. But I've said before, this time around has just been so much better for me. Like 10 times, actually a million times better.
You've had some jackpot luck.
Oh, it's been unbelievable, honestly. How did you find employment?
Ooh, so mine, so I'd saved up quite a bit, and I knew that when I was coming over here, like on my own, I just wanted to find myself, not have to panic about money. So that was my choice. And then I just like put my CV out on Indeed. That's what I did. It was Indeed, and just had a look around. I also put myself out to like different agencies and stuff as well for like admin work, and you know, I'm a primary school teacher back home. I didn't necessarily want to do that here. That's just how I got my job, and now.
And Abby works at Zara.
At Zara.
Go on.
My journey to finding a job was a little unique. So back at home, I was in the 9-to-5 life for a company that I loved, but I just needed a break from office life. So I wanted to make a big change, and I wanted to get my PT certification and start doing something in the health and wellness field. So when I got here, my plan was just to do something kind of mindless while I got that certification, and then I got here and I realized there was nowhere hiring just like receptionist jobs. They all wanted trainers. So I went into this one random gym that we have back in the US as well, and the owner basically was like, you're good, you just gotta finish your certification, you're gonna start coaching.
Oh, unreal.
That's it.
I love that.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's so good. And then mine was just, well, I actually applied for the job that I currently have now when I lived out here before, and they offered me the job, but because I was going off to do my farm work, they were like, we need you to do at least 6 months, we need you to commit, and I obviously couldn't. And they were just like, stay in touch, like we're normally always hiring for sports coaches, let us know when you're back and you wanna maybe have another job. And I applied this time last year, actually, I think it was last April. I just sent out an email actually, I was like, oh, like I'm thinking of heading back to Sydney in September, like do you have anything that you think will be available? And they were like, oh, like maybe, like potentially, let's like give it a few months. And I was actually in New Orleans traveling after camp, and I had my interview with them, and they were like, yeah, like we want you to start. Originally they didn't have a lot of hours, they only had, I think, like 18 hours a week, which is like, I can't uproot my life back home for 18 hours a week, like it's not sustainable. About a week later, they were like, oh, we've actually had loads more hours open up, it's gonna be about 38 hours a week. I was like, done and done. And then I booked my flights, and I have a lot of people ask me, actually, do you have to sort jobs before coming out here? I think that's a question, actually. Like, you don't at all. Like, you both found work out here, and that's what most people do.
And in completely different journeys as well.
Oh,
If you went into somewhere and and did it that way. I went through like agency route, and you had a job before you even came out here. So that's 3 completely different ways of getting a job. So it just completely depends on what you want to do.
What is stressful though is not having a job and not knowing which area you want to live at the same time, because then you're like, which do I go through first? Which way do I decide on first? So it does help to either have a job or have an idea of what type of job you want or what area you want to live in.
Yeah, I did that before, so that was one thing for me, is that I didn't want to be searching for. I'm so glad you brought that up actually, because like I didn't want to have to be stressing about finding somewhere to live, or living out my suitcase in a hostel, or then moving to the next hostel and being miles away from where, you know, I didn't want that stress and looking for a job. So I found this place that we are sat in right now, and literally came and just felt at home here, like I had a place, you know, and that was like my point of call, and then I could just literally find a job.
And that's actually so funny, because I did the opposite. I found work but no accommodation.
And I didn't either.
You've got it all.
It was stressful.
You've got it
all. But I feel like it just ends up working out somehow, because you kind of just have to make it work out. Jobs, accommodation, like, just get it done.
I think it's those type of people that come out here, it either makes you or breaks you.
Oh yeah, and like I know people that have gone home if it just hasn't worked out, so
which is fine.
Yeah, and I've thought about it.
Yeah,
it's too hard, but you can make it work. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
That's so funny actually, how we've all had
completely different.
I love that. Is it hard to find a job out here? So this can just so like depend on every factor on what job you want to go into, where in Australia you're even looking. Like a lot of people don't even know whether they want to come first and travel for a little bit and then find work,
or have to do your farm work.
But you can find a job.
There's work there, 100%.
Yep. And I think, you know, it's like that phrase, beggars can't be choosers. Like if you just need a job, like there is a job to just take and do, and it's easier to look for a job when you've got one.
Yes.
So
was it hard to create a mental map of the area? I feel like I'd get lost so easily. Now this is really a good question actually.
Yeah, and Google Maps hurts us with this. You just can rely on your phone so much.
So I've only recently probably just gotten to like not use my phone everywhere.
Me too.
Like especially when I'm in the city, because like you've obviously lived in eastern suburbs, that's where we've lived most of our time. You get used to this area, and I could walk around Bondi and Huge like it's the back of my hand. But if I go into the city, I need my maps virtually anywhere. But that goes for most cities. I feel like you could live in London for most of your life and still need maps in certain places.
Even though it can be hectic.
It can be so hectic. So it's definitely easy, and like I say, Google Maps will be your best friend. But
I think like when I came here, because I gave myself like 2 months where I was literally, I had the flat, you know, I could take myself out and walk, so I got really familiar with like where I live currently, and knew my way around here. And then like the bus routes, like public transport is so easy, so once you know your bus routes and your bus numbers and stuff like that, like I felt I was getting more comfortable on knowing where I was going and where I was in comparison to other places, because I'd made myself more familiar. So like around here, I didn't need to use maps or anything.
And it like all starts to like connect in your head, where you're like, that you're like, oh my gosh,
it's hard, but that goes for anywhere. I feel like you just pick it up.
Yeah, that's not just Sydney, is it? Like if you went to Melbourne or to the Gold Coast,
this is nothing groundbreaking.
Use Google Maps and you'll be absolutely fine. Favourite beach in Sydney? Oh, this is hard.
And I feel like you've got more experience than me right now, because like I've been to some, but I've not been to like as many as what you have. Like I've not done Watson's Bay, I've not done any of those points up there.
I think mine will always be Manly.
And I was just about to say the same thing. Out of all of the ones that I've actually been to, Manly's up there.
Not even just beach, like Manly's whole feel, and so like Liv lives in Manly. Liv lives in Manly, and Manly's so like just the area is just such a good vibe around there. It's chill. Still got the nice buzz of what you'd find in Bondi, but it's a lot more laid back. I find
so much more laid back.
Have you been around to Shelly Beach yet?
I love Shelly, but I haven't been beautiful. Snorkeling there.
I did snorkeling there. It's so good. Watson's Bay. Have you been to Watson's Bay?
I love Watson's Bay. I want to go back there. There's like a cute little restaurant there.
Yeah, it's so cute. Watson's is, you'd love Watson. Oh, this next one. How did you meet people and make friends?
Oh,
and this is so funny. I feel like we should tell the story about how we met you, because I think you actually first started chatting first, didn't you?
Yeah, like
you can
So I met
funny.
Vic through TikTok.
Yeah.
That's like an easy one. I just was doing the same thing. It came up on my For You page, and I just reached out and was basically like, "Hi, I'm coming to Australia," and I did it on my own. And we just met and clicked on the off.
Where'd you guys, like, where'd you hang out? What'd you do?
We went out for breakfast the very first time in Clovelly.
Yeah, but what was it
Seven
called?
Shores.
That's it, Seven
I love
Shores.
Clovelly.
Yeah, chatted, and it was just
was so cute.
like literally like this.
Yeah.
And then we went to the races.
Yeah.
Horse
at
races
Reinvent.
are big there,
Yeah. And it was really, really cool, really cute. And we'd actually got tickets to go to like the VIP bit, so it was really bougie. And to get into the members bit, it was a dress code, and it was black and white theme, and you had to be really dressed up. You know, it was
black tie.
Yeah. Liv, I did not come dressed
put my own spin on
appropriately.
it.
Yeah. The outfit was so cute though.
It
That's what
was so cute. She had incorrect footwear on, and they removed her footwear and gave her what I like to call peasant shoes. I could not cope. And
Like
we
5
just
sizes
lived
too
it.
big, like boat peasant shoes.
They reminded me of, you know, the little ballet pumps you had to wear at school.
Yeah, it was
Like,
so
there was
bad.
nothing to them.
It was so bad. Her toes might as well have been out.
like the little foldable ones you can put in your bag on a night out that just like pop open.
Okay,
You know, those-
I'm so glad that you guys were seeing their bad, because in my eyes they were so bad, but all the people I were with, they were all boys, and they were like, "Oh, it's not that bad." I'm like, I know they're bad.
I noticed the peasant shoes before I noticed you.
It's so
But
bad.
that is basically how our wonderful little trio story
So
started.
did you just talk to her about peasant shoes? Did you just say what are they? No, is it like?
I think we
What
just
did you-
started.
And what did you actually?
No, I think we just started like talking. Like we just bumped into each other.
We were cashing in some bets, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
you were just in the same queue as well. And
we gotta talk what's going on with this girl.
yeah.
What
Is
are
she
those
okay?
shoes?
I did go back and get my regular shoes.
Yeah.
Swap them
Yeah.
out though. I couldn't go the whole day.
Yeah.
No, it was
just
bad.
atrocious.
Yeah, it was ruining the aesthetic of your outfit. But then
Yeah.
you came back to us and we were like on the dance floor and we were chatting.
Yeah.
And you were just saying about how I remember you saying like, oh, I was asking who you were with, and you was like, oh, I'm here with like my roommates, and you were sharing with boys at the minute. And you were like, I just need some girl time, and we were like, oh my god.
Yes.
And we
Come
were
join.
saying, weren't we, like even just from the offset, we were like, she is ours. We're taking her home.
Take me.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and then just reached out on Instagram, had a little chit chat, and then we went to a cute little cafe, didn't we?
Yeah,
And I think you you'd gone on a road trip. I think is that where you were?
Oh, I think it was in
Andrew?
Jarvis Bay, yeah.
We
Went to a
something.
patisserie.
Yeah, it was just really, really cute, and that's
Yeah.
how we all met.
It's
So,
so funny that the relationships out here, I feel like
Yeah.
just
They're
go from 0 to 100, and I love
Yeah.
it because you feel like I genuinely feel like I've known both of you
yeah,
for years.
it's mad, isn't it?
It's so weird.
And the
Yeah,
fact you
I
can just
love it,
come
though.
out here
Yeah.
and sit with people like this
Yeah.
and just like as if you've known them your entire
So
life.
bizarre.
And that
Yeah.
just happens out here. Like it's
Yeah.
like so many people ask me like, how do you make friends, or is it easy to make friends on like that puts a lot of people off, is coming out here on the road and not
Really?
meeting people. And I think for one, social media is huge.
Yeah, it
especially
is.
now so many people are posting their experiences. Like you say, I've had people message me like, oh, like I'm coming over, come meet up. I text these people, like we
Yeah.
chat. And
No,
it's so
mad that
nice.
I've had the same thing. Like, even though I know you've obviously got a much bigger following, and obviously that's what you do predominantly on your socials, but like even people from back home that I know,
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like, you know, there's so many people that have reached out being like, oh my god, I'm thinking
I
of
wanna
coming
do
over,
it,
and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, do it. You just pass on all your
Yeah.
experiences,
Yeah, of
don't you?
course.
And it's just mad how so many people do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't regretted a single thing coming out
No.
here on my own. Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely
It's the best
did not
doing
know
it, yeah.
a single person,
Yeah.
and now look at me.
Yeah. And I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
crazy.
much. I think it is a lot more special coming out here by yourself and creating.
Yes.
Like when I rewind to my first time coming out here, I came out here with, like I'm saying, a friendship group
group,
already
yeah.
set, and I kind of walked straight into that, which was amazing. But I've loved being able to make my own relationships
Yeah.
and friendships, and
Yeah.
know who I connect well with and who I want in my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I gel with really well.
If you have like the energy going, if you're putting out the energy, if you want to make friends and you're here
Yeah.
to meet people, make connections,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
will. Like at a cafe, I've made friends at cafes. Everywhere you go, you just kind of have to exude
Yeah.
like.
You have to be approachable.
Yeah, and it will just fall right
Yeah.
into your lap.
And I think a
Yeah.
big thing, if you've got the confidence to come out here on your own, you've got the confidence to speak to someone out and about.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether it's at the races
Yeah.
or whether it's at the
Yes.
bar or
Well-
whether it's in a cafe. There's little things like that. It can seem really nerve-wracking to go up to someone and just be like, oh, like just start a conversation.
Yeah.
It is hard, and I do get that, but
Yeah.
like I said, if you've got the confidence to fly halfway around the world by yourself, or even just with a couple of friends,
Yeah.
you've got got the confidence to just say hello to someone.
I
think a lot of things start as well from complimenting someone, saying like, oh, like how many compliments you've had about your hair today.
Oh yeah,
no, it sparks conversations, and if you end up sitting down and chatting to someone and you get on really well, and then you say, oh, like, take my number, let's go out for drinks another night.
Yeah,
it's crazy how it works.
Pretty much like what we do.
Yeah, totally.
And the worst that happens is they shut you down. They don't need a friend.
And
but Facebook groups.
And
work.
And like hostels as well. Like if you go into a hostel for your first few weeks while maybe you're sorting out accommodation, you can meet so many people.
That's how you started yours out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Facebook
groups.
And even through work. I mean, you made
work. Like, getting into a job. Even like live where you live in, your roommates, flatmates. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just the knowing people.
And then just going out.
Go to your local, go grab, find a favourite coffee shop and go there every morning. Start saying hi to people that are in there, because 9 times out of 10, the more times you go in for coffee at the same time, the same people are. And then you just get chatting to people, like it just, I don't know, it's one of those things, you just really got to put yourself out there. And just not worry about rejection.
And if someone in your hostel says, oh, a few of us are going out for drinks tonight, do you want to come? Even if you're feeling absolutely exhausted and you're just like, nah, you know what? Like it's one of those things. If you go, you don't know how that's going to end up and who you can end up meeting.
Absolutely.
So, little things.
Oh wait, Bumble BFF.
What's that?
What is Bumble BFF?
What?
Bumble for BFFs.
No. There's a Bumble for friends.
You're freaking. Have you never even been on that side of it? My mom has made so many friends through that back in Chicago.
No way.
Yes.
That's so cool.
It's huge. So many people that I met here have made friends through Bumble BFF.
No way.
I can't believe you didn't know of this.
No.
Yes, huge. So it's just like dating, but for friends.
I love that.
Yeah.
Can you swipe on friends?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then either girl can reach out to each other.
That is such a good thing.
So many friend groups are made through that.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
I wonder if you have it at home too as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download it when we're done.
It's fun.
Yeah. We're gonna swipe on some friends.
For some reason, it's
That's
easier than like regular dating.
Yeah.
Great tip. BFF, everyone.
Check
it out. Did you have to get a visa, and if so, what type? So anyone coming to Australia has to get a visa, whether you're coming to work or on holiday or anything. We are all on working holiday visas. So I'm on my NILVAC visa, which is my replacement for my first working holiday because it was affected by COVID. It's a good one actually. What visas is everyone hoping to go on when this one expires? And we're all in slightly different situations with how long we've got left on visas. Like you both came out pretty similar times, right? Yeah. And I've obviously been out here since October, so my visa runs out in October. There is obviously for us a new ruling coming in with the UK and Australia where we'll be able to eventually work out here for 3 years without having to do any regional work. This hasn't come into play just yet, but
I will.
What are your plans, do you reckon?
America does not have that. You have to do farm work or get sponsored. I don't know if there's any other ways around that. If you're a specialized worker.
For that.
And that's really it. That's
is
the only
PT
option.
on that? Like, is personal trainer on there?
No.
Is it not?
It's not. Hairdressers one.
Well, mine's on there.
What is yours?
Gymnastics instructor.
What?
Which is why I think
PT is on there.
There's two different. There's so many visa types. If you are looking at coming out here and
oh my god,
you need a working visa, I highly recommend just doing your research because it's no good. Really, just like I have so many people say, "Well, I've watched your video. I need a working holiday visa," but they've already had one from years ago, and do you know what I mean? Like, make sure you do your research because from anywhere, wherever you are from around the world, you might need a different visa, or depending on what you intend to do. If you just want to come on holiday, you just need a tourist visa.
And it changes.
It changes all the time. The rules and different things. So make sure whatever you need is right for you, and you've researched for what you need.
And all the information is really easy to access. You know, it's just on the Australian government website. You literally just type it in, and it's going to bring it all up for you, and it's really easy to navigate. You know what you wanting to do, and it sort of takes you to it. But
I am going to throw in a little promo here.
Do it.
Here she is.
A little promo. So BUNAC is one of the companies that I've used to do Camp America and work at summer camps. They do have like a Travel Australia program. Now, I think a big thing, we all came out here just by applying on the government website, right? You can do that. You can apply yourself. And it is straightforward to do, but a lot of people, that is one of the most overwhelming parts is doing an application online, making sure you haven't done anything wrong. Like it's lengthy.
If you haven't done major applications like that before, I imagine it's very, very daunting. So
100%.
You know, if
you have, like, it can still be. But yeah, BUNAC's a company that does loads of like work abroad things, so like you can sign up with them. I think you end up paying something like £40 more than the visa itself.
And they sort of help you out.
And they do the visa application for you. I'll link it down below so you can have a look at their website and see what they offer. But they do different stages. So the minimum one, I can't remember how much it is off the top of my head, but you send them all your details, they do the application for you.
That's mad.
Then they let you know when it's been approved, they send it you through via email, and then when you're out in Australia, they help with setting your tax file number up, setting like a bank account. So that's just the initial thing there. Then you can also pay a little bit more, and they then help you with like one-on-one support with getting a job. They give you like hostel stays, like there's different stages. So it is really good if you're coming out here on your own, you've never done anything. It's sometimes good to be with an agency if you want that little bit of help with applications, and just having someone like for us now when we're out here, there's no one to call or email if things go wrong or we need support
or questions to have
I would have loved that.
To I would have loved that.
So it is a really good idea. There's loads of agencies that offer it. Like I say, Bunak's one that I've used for America, so it's like one that I know is a good agency and I've used before. And if, like I say, if I was coming around doing this again for the first time, I probably would go with an agency for such a small price increase for such a big help. But to know that if I needed help, I was like, what do I even do with the tax file number? I can call them, I can ring them and just be like, oh, like they'll give me all the details and the help. It is nice to have that. But like I say, you can still do it on your own. It is doable. But again, make sure you've researched the right visa. These agencies do help as well. Like, you'll send your details. Some people might not be eligible for a working holiday and you need to apply for a different visa. So it's a good route to go down, but it's handy. We haven't done that, but like I say, if I had the option and was doing it again for the first time, I most definitely would have used an agency. And it is a stressful thing. Like, you are coming out here and starting a completely new life, like setting up tax numbers, new phone numbers, bank accounts, having to make sure you've got things for accommodation and jobs. Like, I had to do like a working with children's check, like different things that again we've all done on our own that you can do, but it's nice to have sometimes. But I'll leave that link down below because it's quite interesting. You can have a little look. Good. How long are you staying? And have you completed farm work? This is a side
I can't talk about it.
So I have 9 days left in Sydney
now,
talk about it, which is actually really sad.
But
I'm coming back. I keep forgetting to add that in. I'm like, it just feels so weird that like my time in Australia has gone so fast. Like, I flew out here just after my birthday. My birthday seems like a lifetime ago, but also not that long ago at the same time. It's really strange. But I also feel like I've lived 3 lifetimes in this time in Australia. When I think back to me staying in that hostel for my first 2 weeks, I feel like I'm a different person from that.
And I think that to me staying for the first time.
It's so strange. So I've been out here for what will be 8 months by the time I leave in 9 days, and I am coming back. I don't know like for how long I'm coming back or what's going to be the deal when I come back.
I'm holding all her clothes around. She has to come back.
All my stuff. But my plan at the moment is that I'm going to Bali for 3 weeks, then I'm flying to New York, and then I'm going home for a little bit, and then I'm flying back out here, and then I just kind of need to see like where the visa thing is, if that deal's come through. Like, for me, just like working things out, because like I say, my working holiday will expire mid-October, and then see. But what about you guys? What are your plans?
My original plan was to only come for 6 months, but that has since changed. And if I haven't told whoever's viewing this, if I haven't told you that, surprise! I'm staying. I'm not coming home in July. But other than that, I'm just gonna take it day by day. I think that like I had with this whole experience, I had to get comfortable with not having a super set out plan. And that has been so uncomfortable to me. But now it's kind of just like taking each day by it comes and almost getting excited about what could come, as opposed to being like, what the frick, I have no plan. Leaning into it. So I don't know.
I think there's a beauty in that. I was literally saying this to you today. I was saying sometimes having a plan can be the worst possible thing. I like to be organised and I like to have an idea of where I want to go in my life and things I want to do. But if you have a dead set plan and you sit right by this point, I'm doing this and doing this and doing this, and then God forbid it doesn't actually happen, you then get more stressed thinking that your life is going down the wrong path. Like, oh my God, this hasn't happened. My plans haven't gone to plan. It's like, well, hang on a minute. You've bypassed so many beautiful things that happened. Like, you know, so I'm very similar to you in that, is that, you know, I knew I wanted to come to Australia. I've always wanted to do it, and because I was coming on my own, it was very much like, I'll do the year, I like it, I stay for my second, if I don't, I come home, like, you know. And I'm at that point now where like there's so many things I want to do. I want to go teach in Bali. I want to go travel Asia. I want to, you know, there's so many things that I want to do. So I'm so glad, like, I'm here for the year. I'll definitely have to look into doing like regional farm work. Maybe we can do it together.
Maybe we do it together.
And then obviously see and have like the second year visa and just go with the flow and just see what happens. But it's
one of those things. I think we were saying, like, sometimes no plan is the best plan.
It's beautiful. It's there's a beauty in it. There's a beauty in it, 100%.
Yeah,
because it also, like, it shuts you off. Like, if you come out here and you've got a set plan of you want to stay 3 months in Sydney and then go to Melbourne and then travel, you don't know who you're going to meet in that time. You don't know what job you can fall into, what happens. So you just have to play it by ear, and it's nice to come with a completely open mind and the flexibility to just be like, you know what, I can have a rough idea of a plan of where I'd like to be based, but I'm completely open to the fact that if I meet someone, I might decide, you know what, we want to go live in Melbourne. And that's the beauty of coming out here, and you just kind of reinvent yourself and you just uproot and you're moving somewhere else. It's a big thing, but it's also so nice to know that who knows what's going to happen.
It is. I think like moving, like for me, it was the first time that I'd actually physically moved out of my like childhood home, like with my family, and like moving away from my sister was the hardest thing in the world. But now I just feel that I could literally live anywhere.
I think for me, I've always said the one time you get that flight by yourself is the one time you realise you can conquer the world.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I felt so empowered the first time I got on a flight by myself. Just doing the flight by yourself, for me, is like, if I can get on a plane by myself halfway around the world or anywhere, I can go and do something like this. And it is such a nice feeling, and you're right, it's empowering.
And one thing, actually I've got two quick things on this. One is, if you're having the thought about whether or not you should go, you gotta go.
You've got to go.
At that point, you have to.
The thought crosses your mind, it's already there. Right there. It's not going to go until
I love that you've said that.
It's like there's no other option. You're going. You're going.
You're doing it.
And then the other thing is that by going away, it will give you an appreciation and like a love for your people back home and your family back home. 100, and even the small things at home that you might have taken for granted before. So it makes you love home in a way.
Talking about that.
Yeah,
no, that's so true. So I've got a tiny bit of excitement to
home.
Like whenever it's gonna be. I'm so excited.
See it with fresh eyes.
100%.
And I don't think I've met one person here that's like, this wasn't right.
I've
met one person that's like, that was the wrong decision to come to Australia.
Because even if it ends up not being for you, at least you've done it and you've tried. And if it doesn't, you go home. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. No one's saying that you have to do these things or you have to move out here, but if you're watching this video, chances are the thoughts crossed your mind and you're looking into doing something like this, whether it's Australia or whether it's New Zealand or Canada or any country in the world. Moving and working abroad, even for a short space of time, is one of the most incredible things you can give to yourself. Just to find out who you actually are, and like you say, if it doesn't work out, you go home. But you learn a hell of a lot about yourself and realise that, you know what, I did that, I know that it's not for me. You now know what you want more in life.
And the regret of not knowing is way worse. And it will be uncomfortable. It will. There will be uncomfortable parts of it, but it'll be so worth it.
For me, the last thing I ever want to think is looking back at 50, 60 years old and saying, why didn't I just book that solo trip?
Because home will always be there.
And like, Australia will always be there. But in terms of for us, on working holiday visas, you do have a short window of like what age, what kind of what. Do you know what I mean?
But it's also never too late to go.
No,
like I've met people even like older that are doing. Like you can.
Like even not on working holiday visas, I know people that have been sponsored from back home to come out here, 50 years old. So it's one of those things. I think it is a big thing to do, but it's one of those like, take the plunge, and if you're sitting on the fence, go. Leap and the net will appear. Oh, I love that.
My God,
I love that.
It's good.
And it's the best thing I've ever done.
I keep saying, I was saying it to you earlier as well, I was saying like, I feel like our generation now, we've been blessed with an extra decade. Like our 30s are the new 20s. So we've got this whole slot of like 10 years in our 20s to just reinvent ourselves, do what we want. Try that job. If you don't like it, go to the next one. Like if you want to move to that city, move. If you don't like it, you just hop somewhere else and try that one. Like you know, you start a new hobby, you start fitness, you start that new business venture. Like you have time to do it, you know.
And you can treat it as like a fake or like a make-believe life. Like whatever idea of what you want to be, just go to this new place where not one freaking person knows you, and just be that, and that's it.
And then
you have, these are the years to mess up and make mistakes.
I love it.
And decide that you want to move halfway around the world and be a completely different person, reinvent yourself, get a job you've never done before, meet people that you've never met. be like, mess up, have fun.
Yeah.
I feel like I could cry.
I
That
know.
would be
Yeah.
so emotional. We got deep.
And it gets to that point, like friendships like this, I'm not even just saying it, like I know that these girls, no matter where we're living in the world now, we will always be in touch, we'll always FaceTime, you know, we'll fly out to you in America,
Yeah.
fly to us in England,
Yes.
like, you know, wherever we end up now, I feel like, you know, you're only a plane journey away.
Yeah.
So you
True.
really meet these people that genuinely become part of your life. Like,
100%.
you know,
No.
you've just got to do it because you actually genuinely never know who you're going to meet or what's going to happen. So, yeah.
I think that's a good way to round off.
Super cute.
Yeah.
We've just got really deeper and inspiring.
Do it. Life is, and it's so weird, isn't it? Like, oh, we got really deep, but life genuinely is too short.
So if you do have any questions, please start leave them down below. We can always make a part 2.
Yes.
Before I
do a
leave,
part
please.
2.
Give us an excuse.
Yes. Yes. I like this.
Because I feel like we've covered mostly just kind of like a bit of visas and a bit of work, not necessarily much else. So if there's any like specific questions about anything at all, Australia related, anything related, we can just make a little Q&A. We were going to do a mukbang today and get some food and eat it, but
cute.
the food that we got wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing.
No, it was not, and it was a stressful.
Oh my goodness,
experience to get food.
It was very stressful. But this video has been about an hour long, and I love it. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.